Hey everyone, welcome back to the AV Playground. Long time no see. It's been a while, but something happened today, and that is Netflix walked away from the bidding on Warner Brothers Discovery. And what that means is that Paramount Skydance has emerged as the winner of the bidding war for Warner Brothers Discovery. The outcome was finalized on February 26th of 2026, basically today, after a month long battle against Netflix. And here are some of the key details of the winning bid. And kind of talk about this. Okay, so the Paramount offered $31 per share in an all cash deal valuing Warner Brothers Discovery at approximately $111 billion. Not too bad. I mean, this happens in the streaming world where one streaming company is trying to buy another company and all that stuff. The asset coverage, it says, unlike Netflix, which only sought the film and TV studios, and HBO Max, Paramount's bid covers the entire company, including networks like CNN, TNT, and TBS. So basically, with this, Netflix wanted only the movies and TV show studios, and of course HBO Max. But Paramount is covering the entire company, including networks like CNN, TNT, and TBS. And sweetened terms. Okay, the deal includes a $7 billion regulatory termination fee and a commitment to pay $2.8 billion breakup fee that Warner Brothers Discovery owes Netflix for walking away from their previous agreement. Ooh, things are getting serious. Financial breaking. The bid is heavily supported by the founder of Oracle. Okay. Why Netflix withdrew. It says Netflix declined to match Paramount's higher offer, starting at $31 per share. The transaction was no longer financially attractive. Netflix executives emphasized a disciplined approach to capital choosing instead of focusing on organic growth and a planned $20 billion investment in the original content for 2026. It says the merger will then move to a regulatory review phase. So it's going to go into a review phase that will expect to take 12 to 18 months. So we're talking the rest of 2026 into 2027 to complete. And then I asked, what's going to happen to HBO Max next year in 2027? If Paramount Skydance successfully completes its acquisition of Warner Brothers Discovery, major changes are planned for HBO Max, often referred to as Max, starting in 2027. While the deal is finalized, it must undergo a regulatory review process expected to take 12 to 18 months. So we're talking the rest of 2026 into 2027. During the period, through the rest of 2026, it will continue to operate. HBO Max will continue to operate as usual, even launching into new markets like UK and Ireland on March 26, 2026. Plan changes for 2027 and beyond. Absorption into Paramount Plus. So basically, what Disney did to Hulu, where they completely shut down Hulu. But Paramount is doing the same thing with HBO Max. If it does go through in 2027. So the absorption into Paramount Plus. So it's going to combine everything into Paramount Plus. Paramount CEO reportedly plans to shut down HBO Max as a standalone service and put it entirely into Paramount Plus. And then they're going to be creating a super streamer. The goal is to create a single massive platform that houses content from HBO, Warner Brothers, CBS, and Paramount to better compete with Netflix and Disney. And it says here that the price are going to go higher. Yeah, an analysis expect a combined service would cost more than the current individual plans. A hypothetical max Paramount Plus bundle or a unified tier is estimated to be priced around $20 per month. That's actually not too bad. If we put it onto credit cards, it should help pay it per month. Content integration. Major franchises like the Harry Potter franchise with a new series slated for 2027. DC Comics and Game of Thrones will eventually become headliners for the expanded Paramount Plus platform. So Paramount Plus is pretty much expanding. Operational shifts. Paramount has promised $6 billion in cost savings, which will likely lead to significant layoffs and consolidation of streaming and studio operations between the two companies. Okay, I mean, it is what it is. I still got physical media. So I guess more people will be, I guess, out of a job. And consolidation of streaming and studio operations between the two companies. It says note, if the deal faces unexpected regulatory delays, Paramount has agreed to pay a ticketing fee of approximately per quarter to the shareholders of Warner Brothers starting in January 1st, 2027 until the merger is officially closed. But we'll just have to wait and see until next year. But that is yeah, I think that's more of a thought. It's more of a guessing what it's going to be like next year. So by next year, if it does go through and becomes a success, the only apps we're going to be seeing on my TV is Netflix, Prime Video, which that's its own streaming service plus store. I guess I wouldn't count YouTube or YouTube TV. That's a whole different ballpark. So we'll be seeing Netflix, Prime Video, Disney Plus, Movies Anywhere. Well, we won't be seeing HBO Max anytime or anymore. Tubi TV, that's usually free TV. But for the paying services, the major streaming services, we'll be seeing Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount, and Peacock. That's it. The top four. Which we all know that Universal owns Peacock. Paramount is pretty much owned by the same people who own Nickelodeon and all the other stuff. And of course, HBO Max, which is no longer it's gonna be integrated to Paramount Plus. So I guess Paramount Plus is owned by Paramount. Peacock is owned by NBC Universal, and Disney Plus is owned by Disney. So we only got one standalone app that's not owned by a major company, and that's Netflix. Times are changing, man. Times are changing. So by 2027, we should be seeing only the top four remaining: Netflix, Disney Plus, Paramount, and Peacock. That's it. That's if the review process is a success. So once the deal has been finalized in 2027, we'll just have to update you guys on what's going on. But that's a prediction of what's going on if it did go through, which it will, because Paramount did win the bid against Netflix of buying Warner Brothers, which means if it is a success by 2027, HBO Max has ceased to exist. I mean, that's what happens in the streaming world is one service buys another and becomes a super streamer. I mean, I just don't understand the whole streaming thing. I was just reading what was on the news, I guess the news headline about Netflix walking away from the bidding on Warner Brothers and, of course, HBO Max as well as the entire company. So Netflix walked away, so Netflix will remain the same in 2027, but instead we will have Paramount hosting a lot of Warner Brothers content, and of course the entire catalog of HBO Max and everything from Warner Brothers. So it's going to be a super streamer just like Disney, where it's going to be a merger. HBO Max has ceased to exist, and we should be paying more. We will be paying more for Paramount Plus than what we're paying right now for Paramount Plus. So we're seeing a lot of different changes in the streaming world. And we'll kind of talk about that tomorrow. We'll put that into a separate video tomorrow of, we'll talk about the importance of physical media, why we need physical media in 2026 to 2027. So I'll see you guys next time. Peace.